Good morning, everybody. Thought I'd share some white light cards with you this morning for Tuesday collective reading. These cards are very big. They're quite hard to hold. I don't use them often. They're not for the faint-hearted. Here they come. Not for the faint-hearted because they're very, very deeply connected to the soul. So they go beyond our filters, our layers of perception, our understanding of our consciousness at this time. But it's all to do with removing all the 3D stuff and going straight into the true reality of what you're vibrating at. So mandala of the heart, it's always matters of the heart. We can tend to have, I see it like plasters over the heart, little grey and little black plasters with the stuff we're carrying. And sometimes we're aware of the stuff we're carrying and sometimes we haven't got a clue because it's so deep. It can even go back into past life. So yogini. And 285 hertz, that's linked with wound healing. So wound healing on the physical, but also the spiritual. Our aura can have tears in it. Our soul can have blemishes on it where we've contracted to work through things with certain people or experiences or patterns or behaviors. And on a conscious level, we haven't managed to do that yet. Or we've gone against the will of our soul because we've either chosen to ignore our intuition or we're not consciously engaging enough with it. Because the soul speaks in a language that is not our normal verbal language. Signs, symbols, senses, telepathy, hunches, directly with guides. It's learning individually how your soul wants to communicate with you. And then the key is, are you listening? And then on top of that, are you acting on it? So Anapausis, number 4. This is kind of coming out of hermit, but also knowing when to go in, retreat, withdraw, be in your own energy, because some of our deepest healing is from our own soul. We often look outside for others to help heal us, but sometimes as healers we need to direct people back to themselves and say, look a little bit deeper, because nobody knows you more than your soul does. Nobody can tell you what to do. We have to learn as a collective to start looking inward. And I do understand that often when we say gotta look inward, you gotta love yourself, really, what does that mean? So many find this hard to understand, and I totally get it because it is such an individual thing. Just looking inwards, well, where are we looking? What at? What sense is that? And just love ourselves. Well, what if I can't because I don't feel it? So as healers, we build the bridges towards that rather than necessarily just healing somebody. Empower them back, give them their tools, help them wake up. Help them to get to tell you what they need rather than you tell them. So this is very much about empowerment. And Yeshi, 333, number 9, path of the humanitarian, a very Jesus number as well. This is about very much being in your strength, very much calling in your tribe. We never actually have to be alone. We have to call in energetically what is right for us, but then we have to be willing to open the door to that as well. So if we're in doubt or disbelief, we block our intuition instantly. Again, yogini. Well, this is close to my heart, so I'm not going to deny there might be something in there for me, but this is also about the third eye trickling down to the throat chakra and communicating the intuition as well. So we might start to have hunches with our soul, but are we actually communicating that? Are we expressing it freely through our actions, deeds, motivations, our principles, our virtues? We're going a deeper level, so we're not just being out there from the ego. What is my moral grounding that I choose to live by? That is your map of life. That is your backup system. That's how you stand up for yourself when you start working out what's really important to you and what isn't, what rules are okay for you and what isn't on a very deep personal level. But this is also about having the courage to access those deepest layers of yourself through whatever means and modalities that appeal to you, and let those things change over time. Discover yourself, get excited and curious about what motivates you. I can feel this really here. So it's a very common one. The throat chakra is held back, often linked with the solar plexus. We're not in our power, so therefore we might have these feelings that we're conscious of or we're not conscious of, but we're not speaking it up, we're not showing it, we're not living it, because we are very fearful of how we're seen and what people think. And as much as there is a pull for our independence and individuality on a safety level, commonly people want to be part of the pack, part of the collective community, and not show their true self, because that need for being accepted is so deep. But how do we break out into who we are? This is the conflict. It's like, it's a conflict to do it, it's a conflict conflict not to. But when you're in that good place of your self-love, your self-worth, your self-recognition, your self-validation, you can drift away from groups that may not be for you, because that attachment to needing is diluted. So last one, Spirit Owl. Spirit Owl, how beautiful is that one? And that is the teacher of intuition, the owl. Wisdom, and it is a path of not necessarily doing what's the easiest. It's about doing what is right, and that's on a deep level. That's not a judgment of right and wrong. It's a deep level of knowing on your virtues and passage of wisdom that you've accrued through your life, through experiences you've been through. What is right, not just for you but for others, so we consider others with our due diligence. That doesn't mean we put ourselves last, but we look at a bigger picture, not just the immediate. We look at what our decisions mean long term and the impact it has on others, as well as our needs for something, and we weigh it up and we come from there. Wolf, knowing when to retreat, knowing when to be part of the pack, and Wolf is the master of intuition. So the cards didn't let us down, very soulful, very deep, goes beyond what we feel we can manage sometimes, but it's the truth. And the truth is very self-governing. How do we work towards that? Your truth will be your individual truth. Don't look to others for your truth. Ask for support and guidance, but your truth is yours. Dig deep. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.